you were made for more. And it's time to walk in kingdom confidence. No more shrinking, no more hiding yourself, no more not having anything to say about it. There's so much in you that others need to hear, others need to see, others need to experience. That's the treasure that God has put only in you. So it's time to no longer settle. And I understand the feeling, and this is why I'm talking to you about these things, because I've found myself in those positions where I think I've spoken about it in other videos, but just being life, just experiencing life, lifing, right? Throughout the years, life has lifed, and it's gonna continue to do that. And I've realized over the years that I have found myself isolating myself and shrinking myself and not having much to say about certain things. But all in the midst of that, feeling very agitated inside, my soul just feeling like this can't be how my life is playing out. This can't be how I know there's something in me that needs to be brought out into the world. And I'm just having a conversation with you. I hope that's okay. I hope you will stick with me through this, because I really have some experiences that I've been through with God that He wants me to share. And if you're willing to listen, if you're willing to walk with me on this journey, I believe that God has something very powerful for you as well, because that's the kind of God that He is. So, I received Jesus as my Lord and Savior probably in my late teens. When I look back, I was living in New York. I remember being introduced to church in a place in Brooklyn, New York. And, I'll say growing up, I don't have those memories of going to church every Sunday, going to Bible school every Sunday, going to Bible study every Wednesday with my parents or my mom. That wasn't my memories. I do remember, though, as a small child, just hearing about God, going to church and hearing about Jesus, having sleepovers and going to friends' houses, and then if it's over the weekend on Sundays, they're going to church. And I remember going to church, and even though I was young and, probably giggling and making jokes and with my friend in church, I remember being in the presence of hearing about God. And so fast forward, like I said, in my late teens, I was saved. I remember, during that time, there was a lot going on for me. Pre my late teens, and in those moments, things build up, right? So you go through experiences, and even though you may shrug it off or push it off if you haven't really dealt with it, it doesn't go anywhere if you don't deal with it. If you don't face it, if you just try to avoid it, it doesn't go anywhere. And so by the time I was in my late teens, I was dealing with some stuff internally that nobody really knew about. I remember specifically in my heart, in my inner self, talking to God. And I can cry now thinking about her then, thinking about that girl then. And I remember feeling so broken inside, feeling so lost inside. I didn't explain it to anyone. I don't think I could have brought the words forth to explain it to anybody. But I remember feeling that way. And I remember going to church with a family that I had grown very close with. like I said, in Brooklyn, New York, and it was my first time going to church at this place. And I remember going in there, meeting these people for the first time, sitting down, and the preacher was preaching. And as that preacher was preaching Jesus, I literally felt the hand of God touch me in those moments, in that moment. That preacher who I've never met before this encounter, I felt in those moments that she was talking to me. Like she was talking to me. And I've never met her. The things that she was saying, only God could have known, because that was what the vibration of my heart was. And that's when I was saved. I heard about Jesus. I received what he was offering. And my life has never been the same since. And I'm so thankful for those moments. I'm thankful for that moment. I'm thankful for the woman of God who stood up in her assignment from God that day, because it touched my soul. And this is what I'm talking to you about today. There's so much more in you. You were made for more than what you're experiencing. For you and for what you are for others in the kingdom. So we gotta learn. We gotta learn how to walk in kingdom confidence.